So as you can see after the game, Caitlin Clark and Sophie are both running up to the referee here. They are both so upset, and the referee is just walking away from them. He won't even look at them in the face. He keeps turning, like Sophie even went up at one point and is like tapping on his arm. He would not even look at them.
The Indiana Fever just had their biggest game of the season. Sold-out crowd, playoff energy, and all eyes on Caitlin Clark facing the defending champs. It should have been a night to remember for the WNBA. Instead, it turned into a mess. The refs took center stage, and not in a good way. Caitlin Clark got fouled with no call. Lexi Hull was whistled for a foul that didn't happen, and it felt like every decision was going New York's way. Fans weren't just confused, they were angry. Even Fever coach Stephanie White said she's had enough. Caitlin spoke out too, and this wasn't just one off night. It's part of a bigger problem that's hurting the league's credibility. Then, things took a wild turn. In a historic move, the WNBA suspended Commissioner Kathy Engelbert after internal reports claimed she ignored growing complaints about bad officiating from players, coaches, and fans alike. It's the first time the league has ever taken action like this. And honestly, many saw it coming. Behind the scenes, some team owners and executives had reportedly been calling for her removal, especially as star players like Caitlin started speaking up publicly. For many, this isn't just about poor calls. It's about the league's future. The WNBA is growing fast, but if they don't get this under control, they risk losing the momentum, and the fans they've worked hard to gain. So let's break down what really happened, what it means for the league, and why fixing this now is more important than ever.
They've done a great job of rigging this. They've done a great job of rigging this league. The league, they're not even being subtle. They're not even being subtle. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
Let's call it what it is. A lot of people think the WNBA looks rigged right now, and they're not holding back. From the moment the Indiana Fever hit the floor, something felt off. This wasn't just another regular season game. It had the energy of a playoff showdown. The crowd in Indianapolis was electric. The stars showed up, and the stage was set. But while the Fever came ready to compete, the refs looked like they had other plans. Caitlin Clark got hacked over and over with no calls. Lexi Hull played clean, solid defense, and still got hit with a foul that didn't happen. It didn't feel like bad luck. It felt like something was seriously wrong.
The fact that this referee wouldn't even acknowledge the players was kind of crazy to me. Like when I saw that, I said, this is really strange because the referee should have enough confidence in the calls that they made to at least discuss. You should be able to at least discuss.
Meanwhile, the Liberty were getting call after call, basically living at the free throw line. And let's be honest, this isn't a one-time thing. It's starting to look like a trend. So ask yourself, if you watched this game live, did any of it feel fair? This didn't just start last night. Since the moment Caitlin Clark joined the league, the physical play has been non-stop. She's been bumped, grabbed, even hit off the ball, and the refs have mostly looked the other way. Remember that cheap shot from Kennedy Carter? It wasn't just unnecessary, it was dangerous. But the officials didn't treat it that way. No flagrant, no technical. Just a common foul and move on. And it's not only about Clark. The entire Fever squad keeps getting the short end of the whistle, game after game. Fans see it, players feel it, and it's wearing thin.
I can't believe what I'm about to say. The Indiana Fever, with the strongest, loudest, most intimidating home court advantage in all the WNBA, just got robbed at home. I saw it with my own two eyes live on CBS.
Want the numbers? Here they are. The Fever are sitting at a -31 in free throw differential this season. That's not a typo. That's a red flag. Now let's go back to the Liberty game. On paper, it had everything. Caitlin Clark dropping dimes to Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull locking in on defense, highlight plays, big momentum shifts. This had all the makings of a WNBA classic, but instead of a basketball showcase, we got a ref. Show New York shot 32 free throws. Indiana, just 15. That's more than double. In a close game, that's not just a stat, that's the ball game. And it wasn't just about how many calls were made. It was about what kind. The Liberty got soft touch fouls. The Fever? Nothing, even when players were getting hit hard. It felt like two different sets of rules were being used. Caitlin Clark was getting shoved off her spot all night. And on the final play, she got fouled. 4 times, grabbed, pushed, hit, and still no whistle. Ask yourself this. Would that ever happen to LeBron or Steph in the final seconds of a tight playoff game? Not a chance.
Disappointing, that it doesn't go both ways, or it hasn't gone both ways. But we also can't allow that to consume us, right? Like, we've got to be able to play through that. We've got to be able to control the things that we can control. I felt like at times our late game execution was good, and I consider most of the latter half of the fourth quarter, because it was a tight ball.
It brings us to Coach Stephanie White, and she didn't hold back. After the game, she came out swinging in the post-game press conference, a -31 free throw difference, and we're the ones attacking. The rim? The disrespect is unreal. That's not just frustration, that's fury. And it's been building. Her message wasn't just for the refs, it was for her team. She wanted them to know, I see it, I've got your back, and I'm not staying quiet. For a young team still finding its identity, that kind of leadership means everything. Then there's Caitlin Clark. She didn't go off on the officials, but her body language told the story. You could see it in her eyes. The disbelief. You could hear it in her voice. The frustration. You could feel it in her tone. The exhaustion. Aaliyah Boston kept it short with a classic, no comment. But when you've watched how these games have gone, that silence says more than words ever could. Now here's where things get wild. The WNBA has reportedly suspended Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. Yes, the top executive is out, a first in league history. Why? According to internal reports, she ignored months of growing complaints about the officiating. Players were speaking out, coaches were fed up, fans had seen enough. And that's not all. Rumors are flying that some team owners were quietly working behind the scenes to push her out. And once major names like Caitlin Clark started calling it out publicly, it was game over. Some say Cathy was the scapegoat. Others say it was overdue. Either way, this is the biggest shakeup the league has seen in years. Here's the bottom line. The WNBA is at a make-or-break moment. The league is finally in the spotlight. Attendance is up. TV ratings are growing. Caitlin Clark alone has brought millions of new fans to the game. But what are those fans seeing? Missed calls, one-sided officiating, referees who don't even seem to hide it. And guess what? Fans notice. They know the game. They know what a foul looks like. And if this keeps up, they won't stick around. The WNBA has a golden opportunity right now. But if they want to keep these new fans and earn their trust, they need to clean this up fast.
It's another year and another case of WNBA referees dropping the ball, not making the right calls when it comes to Caitlin.
The WNBA had a golden chance to turn casual fans into diehards. But with every blown call, they're pushing people away. So let me ask you, would you keep watching a league that won't protect its biggest stars? It's time for the WNBA to get serious. This isn't just about fixing officiating. It's about protecting the integrity of the game. Every player, no matter how famous, deserves fair treatment. Because here's the truth. If the league loses Caitlin Clark's fan base, they're not getting another chance like this. The Fever have stepped up. Their players are fighting. Their coach is speaking out. Their fans are showing up. Now it's the league's turn. So what really happened with Commissioner Cathy Engelbert? At first, the league said she made a bold move, suspending referees after reviewing footage from that chaotic Fever vs. Liberty game. The official line? It was about accountability and protecting the game. But behind the scenes, the story was very different. Sources say that same night Engelbert was quietly asked to resign by top WNBA executives. And here's the kicker. This wasn't just about one bad night. The pressure had been building for months, with one main issue at the center: allegations of bias, specifically favoritism toward the New York Liberty. And no, this isn't just fan speculation. These concerns are coming from inside the league. Let's rewind to last year's WNBA Finals. The Liberty won a close series against the Minnesota Lynx. But what stood out wasn't just the game, it was what came after. Commissioner Engelbert walked onto the court wearing a dress in Liberty team colors. Fans watching at home were stunned. People were asking, wait, is the commissioner seriously wearing the other team's colors after a championship win? That moment didn't sit right. And for many, it only confirmed what they'd been feeling for a while. That image of Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, smiling, handing over the trophy in blue and black, went viral. To a lot of fans, it didn't look neutral. It looked like she was part of the Liberty team. And after a game where some late, controversial calls helped New York seal the win, that moment aged badly. Was it just a fashion choice? Maybe. But for fans who already felt the league favored the Liberty's super team, it felt like confirmation. That trophy ceremony planted seeds of doubt. And every sketchy call since has only made those doubts grow. This latest game against Indiana? It was the final straw. The missed calls, the non-calls, the huge gap in free throw attempts. It felt way too familiar, and this time, way too obvious. Then came the league's response, suspending the refs, but only after fans blew up social media. It looked like damage control. Fast. Behind the scenes, insiders say team owners and execs were already pushing for change. And with Caitlin Clark bringing in millions of new viewers, the league knew it couldn't afford another black eye. So Kathy Engelbert became the message. The scapegoat. What started as a move to hold officials accountable ended with the commissioner herself being shown the door. Because this isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about optics, trust, and fairness. And in 2025, with the sports world watching, the WNBA couldn't risk another scandal. Not with Caitlin Clark at the center of it all. Let's be honest, would any of this have happened if Caitlin wasn't in the league? Probably not. She's not just changing the game, she's changing how the league operates. Her presence brings packed arenas, major TV deals, and sky-high expectations. That means every missed call becomes a headline.